Hi guys, how are you doing today? I see that there's already so many people in the chat. It's incredible. I see Panda Corn is me. I see Haley Cat Paws, our regulars, and our animal fam. We also see Victoria, who's our community manager. She's helping with the chat today. So everybody say hi to Victoria. I also see Geraldine, who's our regular, and Gojo. Gojo, you've uploaded so many fun effects. I went to your channel, tried your effects out, and I followed you. And we'll try it out together at the end of the stream. I see Andine, also a regular. Hi, Ali Oop Creations. That's a fun, great name. I see Amelia. I see Felipe. Hi, one of our ambassadors. I see Shavnov. I see Cloves. Hi. Lufins. There are so many people in the chat today. It's so nice to see you guys. Um, Today, we are going to learn about Material Editor. This is a recently introduced feature, but really strong capability-wise, and allows you to really give your effects a new look. So when me and Chinyu were trying to decide on the title, we were like, what should we do? And then we felt like this is supercharging your technical skills. So we decided to name it Supercharge Your Technical Skills, Give Your Effects a New Look. And with Material Editor, you can do a lot of cool things. So before we go on to the lesson, I decided to create this little presentation to show you guys all of the fun things that we've been trying out. But before we move on, say hello to Chinyu. Hi, Chinyu.
Hey everybody, it's Qingyu, and today we will have a really fun live demo. Yeah, mature is my favorite part actually.
Yeah, Material Editor allows you to do so many cool stuff, which I will show you right now. Let's see. So the first project that I want to show off, I selected this background. I was like, what image should I use as a title screen? And then I thought, like, with Material Editor, you can do really like world bending, mind bending stuff. So I was like, this building image is very funky and I think shows what a Material Editor can do. Okay, moving on. So this is one of our ambassadors, Jan, and Jan's also known for his tap tap effect. You know, like when you tap on the screen and then the alphabet shows up, or the effect that goes watermelon, watermelon. I know that was a huge trend, and Jan made it. And recently, he's been trying creating a lot of effects using Material Editor. So I'll show you this one. That one is romantic and beautiful, but sometimes it kind of reminds me of like a Dementor's kiss. I don't know if anybody's a Harry Potter fan. I remember seeing in our channel a couple days ago, somebody was saying they were Hufflepuff. So I definitely know that there's some Harry Potter fans here, and I think you guys would appreciate the reference. But that's what I thought exactly when I saw this effect. Next up, we have it looks like your face is melting. Next up, this glitch effect. Isn't this amazing? It's so amazing and beautiful and well done. These are some of the things that you can create with Material Editor. Exactly, Haley Kapaz says Material Editor feels like it lets creativity free. Yes, 100%. Let me move on to our next creator. Ooh, also our ambassador his name is Dennis, and he's created this effect that gives you the power to yield fire. This is purple flames. I think this is so cool. This would also be great on a TikTok edit kind of stuff. So if you're a dancer, try this effect out. I think it will be super cool.
I'm going to use the filter that turns everything into my blocks. By the way, you can inspire to change the size of the grid. Comment what they're doing and what else should I create.
This is so fun because it divides your screen into a bunch of pixels, and then it finds the nearest color of that block and changes it into a Minecraft block. If people are joining us from the TikTok live, welcome everyone. Be sure to press that like button. Let's keep those hearts going. But a funny episode, I went to VidCon with our Effect House creators, and then there I met one of the biggest Minecraft streamers. His name was Dream, and I actually got to try out this effect with Dream. So now I know what the color of Dream mask is in Minecraft blocks, and that was also really really fun. Thank you, thank you. You guys are pressing the heart on the YouTube button as well. That's so cute. As you press the button, I can see like little hearts pop up, so it's very encouraging. Thank you guys. Oh, people are wondering where everybody's from. It seems like some people are from South Asia, South Africa, some Russians. That's amazing. I'm joining from LA, and Shinyu here is joining from San Jose. Okay, moving on to our next creator, Mark Wakefield. He is also one of our ambassadors, and I feel like his effects are truly magical. Um,
I thought I'd bring my holes to TikTok.
Isn't that crazy? It feels like it makes you look like you have an entire hole in your face. This one.
Maybe you that which it
That is actually so fun. I don't know why we're getting so many Harry Potter references today, but that is seriously reminding me of like the invisibility cloak, which was my childhood dream. I wish I had the invisibility cloak so much. That was like my birthday wish for like I think 3 consecutive years. And when I found out that I couldn't have it and it doesn't exist, I remember being so devastated. Wow, a lot of people are joining from Brazil. Oh, I see 3 people in the comments that says they're from Brazil. Victoria, who's our LATAM community manager, is actually from Brazil as well. 4. Oh my God, so many people support from Brazil. We love this. Ola from Germany. Some people says they're from Nepal. Very nice, guys. Thank you for joining today. This one is another step from the clothes, so it makes your entire body invisible. I think that is amazing. And lastly, this thing.
I let the negative energy take me. Sometimes it hits me so hard that it breaks.
This is really fun. It's like sending an aura out. I don't think this is audio activated, but as we saw in our live yesterday, we have a bunch of audio nodes that allows you to connect stuff. So one big feature about Material Editor is like it's similar to visual scripting and they're connected together. So maybe we can do stuff where you connect the Material Editor so it sends an aura whenever you say something or it's loud, and it's just so fun. Or you make it react to music. There are endless possibilities. Okay, moving on to our next ambassador, Pavlo. This might be one of my favorite effects because it tracks your body and then puts you in a gigantic bubble. Have you guys ever been to the park where there's this guy with like a giant hoop and then he does the bubble thing and puts the entire person inside of a bubble? That's what I feel like this is. As an adult who doesn't really go to the park, I don't know how often I get that chance, but I've always wanted to be inside of a bubble because, like, when you're looking at SpongeBob and Sandy lives under that big bubble thing, I was like, that is cool. I want to live in an underwater bubble thing. So, this made my dream come true. And this one, so now we have the fur material, which really allows you to emulate fur really easily. I think this was something that we covered on this day 2 of live, trying out assets and templates. But if you see over there, I added like the fur material to the hat, right? But before we haven't launched the fur material, Pavlo created this amazing, beautiful fur face thing, and it was so cute. It reminds me of Dr. Seuss, you know? Geraldine is saying that is so cool. Yeah, I agree. Okay, moving on to our other creators. Ooh, this is one of our ambassadors. His name is Wanda Tree. Trying to be a buddy from Muji album cover. I don't know if you guys are familiar with K-pop and K-pop culture, but there's a group called New Jeans, and they had a lot of viral songs on TikTok. So maybe you might have heard of their music before, but that's what their album looks like. And I think this is really amazing because it not only utilizes Material Editor, but Wanda Tree has also added some like really smooth animation, converting your screen into an album cover. And I just think that looks so smooth. That looks so great. Oh, this one is by Maxime, who's also our ambassador, and he created this effect for "You Belong Here" for Pride Month campaign. And if you play it, I love the reflections in the glasses. I think that is so creative. It made me feel like I'm in that space with them. Next up,
I feel like our creator really love this type of wanted effects.
yeah,
Has a couple different versions.
I've seen a lot of wanted effects, and one of my favorite, this one too. Whenever you take a photo, it gives you like a bounty, so I get to figure out how much I'm worth, and sometimes it turns out that I'm apparently
Ooh.
worth nothing. But yeah, that is another one of the effects. And also, as you can see, it is so very smooth, like the screen transition on top of it being like visually so aesthetic and technical.
So many details, animation.
I feel like that gave me Guardians of the Galaxy vibes. Okay. Another ambassador, she's created things like this that distorts your reality. Look at how like it overlaps with her face, and
Ooh.
it's gesture detected too. So if you use
Yeah.
like open palm, it does something different. And these are all images of her, and it kind of reminds me of like a bug. This one, I think this is supposed to be Bug Vision, and this is Ursula. And she uses the shader to create this water so it feels like you're underwater. Like the imagination runs wild. It's amazing. Okay, I think this is our last creator, who is also our ambassador, Joe. They've created this effect that allows you, that turns everything into a pixel. So kind of like Minecraft effect I showed you earlier, but then instead of Minecraft blocks, it turns you into like specific colors. So it's actually so fun to try out if you can actually guess these. Oh, Birth of Venus. Oh, I know
Mm.
this one, but I don't know the name of it. You know, it's like the park and there's a dog. Yes, the Sunday
Yes, some
afternoon.
park island, some island stuff.
Yeah, I remember.
Right?
And then this one
There's
called
another halftone effect. Background is slightly lower res, of course. Again, you can tap up to get finer detail or down to get dots wild. And tapping
Whoa.
sides lets you change the foreground and the background colors in this one, including
I feel
this
like we need some video creator like just using the effect to create a pretty cool sci-fi movie or something.
This is really cool. I
Yeah.
remember I heard that in the old comics, because they didn't have a way to print, they would use a lot of dots, and this really gave me that comical style
Mm.
that I think is super amazing. So these are all of the examples that our existing creators and ambassadors have created. I hope this inspired you guys. I think this is fantastic. And today, Chinyu is gonna teach us how to use Material Editor, so maybe we can also burst our creativity. Oh, in the Effect House tool, there's also a bunch of templates that we can try out. And you can see that they're using Material Editor because under each section, it has a little category button that shows you like which features it's using. And templates, as we talked about in the second class, is a great way to learn about new features. And you don't have to build up from a blank project because I know that can easily get intimidating at times. But by trying this out, with the template, it's an easy way to learn. And also, you're doing great already because you're in the live where Chinyu's gonna tell us what material even is, what is a texture. So she's gonna cover all that. Take it away, Chinyu.
Okay, yeah. So everybody get ready. So today my goal is not let you to become a mature master. That's even myself. I still try to figure out how people done that's amazing material. So I want to give you guys a like really foundational knowledge similar to yesterday about what is a material, what is a shader, how you can use our material graph, and what assets we have already in the tool that you can explore. And maybe you can just configure like simple property and you can make it your own. So it's all about creativity. It's not that technical. So and also I want to show you all the possibility and all the possible features we have. You can play around afterwards. So yeah, so actually before I started, I want to ask everybody a question, like how many of you guys work with shader material before, or understanding the difference between maybe mature and shader? I will checking the message from YouTube side. Maybe Celine can help me to see whether people answer on TikTok side.
I'm
Hello?
hearing from the TikTok side, never tried it, don't know anything, learning all of Effect House from the lives.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
Okay, from the ground
then
up. Yep.
okay, then let's start with the concept. So what is a shader? So actually material is kind of a kids of a shader. Shader is like the parents. So basically, yeah, so there is a lot of shaders, and what do we mean by shader is actually shader is like a computer language programming, and it's basically teach computer how to draw. So actually, let me change another question. How many of you guys know how to draw a pen, a picture? That actually make this kind of topic much easier if you have learned how to painting sketch in the past. Is because there has so many similarity in there. Yeah, so basically what I mean by that, let me grab something and show you. So I have something here. So as you can see, the lighting of it, because I have a couple lights surrounded, you will see the light from this way, that way. So shading is basically computer painting. So the computer side need to know like where's the light at, and so that and also where this object is located. So it will know like, oh, this area we need to be shaded, this area will be like light, and also some area will be reflected. So it's like literally we tell the computer, oh, this is, I have an object and the shape of it, and where it is located, and I have a couple lights in the environment, calculate that for me. And I will tell you like, okay, this object is orange, and maybe it's reflected by the different color of line. So if I have a blue light, it will change the color, right? So, and then it will render it on the screen. So this is like how the shader works. And the material is like basically like shader is like basically a lighting model. Like it tells, oh, okay, by lighting model actually let me show you something else. So by lighting model is actually in their nature, like I grab something here. I have a ring, golden ring here. So basically this is like super, let's change to the concepts part. So Carol, can you help me to switch back to? Oh yeah, I can do this. Yeah, so this is like a ring for the golden ring part. It's reflective, right? So basically, this material itself not observe any light, or it's low observation of light. So it will really shiny. But in other hand, if let's say I have a wood, so this is made out of wood, so this is like not that reflective, so because the material itself does not reflect a lot of light. So basically the computer is learning the math here. They input all this mathematical equation in there and try to mimic the entire physical world. So basically the shading, we also as you may see in the screen sharing here. Carol, can you help me to navigate to my screen sharing now? I'm done with my object. So we have an article about material and shader concept just to help you guys understand the basic concept if you never touched this topic before. So basically, we try to answer what is material and what is shader, and with a simple like sentence, and also shader and also how does shader operate. As I said, like basically shader is teach computer how to draw, right? So basically how it draw is CPU command GPU using certain mathematical equation to paint. Yeah, so
Wait, Chinyu, let me try to regurgitate what I've understood to make
Yeah.
sure that I've understood it correctly, because I also want to learn. So in a computer, we usually code with zeros and ones, so there's not an inherent image inside of the computer that shows you what it is. So when you're trying to display an image or show a 3D object, what you're doing is basically getting the coordinates of that point and connecting it to the coordinates of the other points. So it's all kind of like a math thing. And by having this, by learning using the material editor, we are basically tweaking some of the values on the things so that an image is shown on the screen as realistic as we want.
Yes, I think correct, but also to simplify it is just imagine like you have a paper, like I just white paper, and you put this object on this paper. So computer literally just try to project the object on a 2D screen and understand where this kind of pixel located and what is the color it is. So the entire CPU to GPU is trying to understand the position information and also the color information.
Nice.
And in order to do that, there's all sorts of shader, different lighting model, and it could be make it really realistic, photorealistic. It could be really cartoony, like depends on how you like. Your artistic expression is pretty flexible in the process. Yeah.
I really love the cartoon shader. It makes everything look like it's straight out of a cartoon.
Actually, let me show you guys. So cartoon one, actually I want to just open the event house now. Yeah, let me just show you guys. So this cartoon, let me reopen it.
So many effect house versions being so real to you.
Already like get rid of half of it. Okay, so as you may see this interface here, so this is how the cartoon one like render result. And what we did is we add a sphere, we apply this material to the mesh renderer, and it will apply this material to it. And what else? So I want to give you guys more straightforward understanding of what is material. Material is basically how this looks like as an object. So let's say if we change it to something else, let's say we create a building material called let's try to use MATCAP. This is one of the different material we already provided. And if you drag it over to the material slot here, and you will see it will immediately change the look.
What? It wasn't
Yeah,
2D?
it
It looked
wasn't
so
2D.
flat. When
So
we had the Toon material on, it looked like it didn't look 3D at all. I thought it was like just a circle, you know?
yeah, so the cute part of it, let me put this tune back, is actually like, so you see like how this like it clearly, because there is a lighting here, and the lighting is a direction line. So whatever direction line means, it applied to the entire thing. So even though you like drag it around, it doesn't really affect the how the light get calculated, the amount of light the object received. But when you rotate it, it will affect this.
Whoa.
Yes, like when you rotate it, you basically see the shading change. So it's similar to this one. Like when you rotate it, like light will change, right? So it's pretty similar. It's like how computer understand it in a pretty straightforward way. And how this like different shade get works is actually another secret we have here. We have a toon remap. So this is the texture, is as you can see in the preview panel here, it's just black, gray, and lighter gray and white. So it actually tells the computer like the darkness level of the shade. So basically, if you go to this panel here, like there was a my item stuff, this my item menu here is basically how you define the parameters for your material. By parameters, I mean is actually if you open the toon material we created here, is like all this shadow color toon remap. All this channel is will show up here. Like you need to define it first, it will show up here. And so let's say if we delete this one, toon remap, and you will see, okay, no difference. All the shading looks the same. So actually, after we reapply it, the computer know like the pixel that most far away from the light get the darkest color. The pixel that close to the light will get the shiny light red. And you can also like define the color by the distance of the pixel towards the light as well. So let's say if we change it to something else, it's pretty customizable. And like you can also define the softness. Like, you know, actually everything is like purely mathematic. And
So what you're saying is in the nature when we're perceiving light, seeing light, there's a whole spectrum and not like little block segments, but by we're choosing to tell the computer, hey, if you are a brightness within this and this region, we are going to make you yellow. If you are in the this and this region, we are going to make you red. So it
yes,
looks cartoonish.
exactly. So basically, this is like the most simple like shading model you can utilize. So all the other like advanced shading model, like standard PPR, all the stuff that make like your material really like a metal or something non-metal, is actually like advanced lighting calculation. But it's still like this is like the starting point of how computer perceive the color and calculate it.
From the TikTok live side, Penn West 265 says, I need this. Penn West, I want you to tell us like what effect you would like to create with this, because you can apply this to any 3D model. You can see in the
Yeah.
website over there that Chinyu just showed that you can apply this to an alien, or you can make a very cartoonish apple or a very cartoonish Sphinx cat. If people were
Yeah.
here on the live yesterday, you guys will remember the horrific No, I'm not gonna say horrific. The interesting Sphinx cat. So maybe you can do cartoon Sphinx cat. You know?
Yeah, and also let me show you guys pretty quickly. So since we have asset library now, so we can actually give it a really quick test. So let's say,
Wow.
right, we can use these sunglasses. Um,
Can we try the cat?
oh, we want the cat.
I don't want to put this image in everybody's head, but I think it might be a little funny.
Where's the cat?
I think it's under face effects, and
Face effect?
there's
Okay,
cat face
got
there.
it. Import and apply. Let's give it a try.
Speaking of, I don't know if you guys can see, but my cat's here, and that's the cat's tail. They knew we were talking about cats, and then decided this is my time to shine, and came onto camera.
This cat? Okay. My god. I have crazy looks right now. Let me disable the glasses and let me try to. So how you how you apply the color is actually first you need to find the model you want to apply. So basically, let's say let's try the ears. And you'll see that it's using a different material right now. But what we can do is we click on that, and then we swap the material to the tone material we just created. And then let's give it a try. Yeah, we changed the
Whoa.
color of the ears, right? And also, I'm not sure whether the nose part is separate. Oh, actually, no. But how about the face? Let's give it a try. Ooh, wow.
Oh my gosh.
This is
That
so
is
cool.
so cool. That is so cool.
Yeah, another tips actually just come out from my I think we could do something like if you click on the tune material created here, and you if you are using Mac using Command D, or if you are using Windows, I guess you need to use Control D, and you have another one. And what you can do, you can slightly modify the color. Let's say we don't want a lot of red, we can have like purple, something pink. And this one, let's say we want using gray, and we want to change the face again, and we use the second tone which we just created. Ooh, it looks so
Ooh,
different
that's
now.
cool. Say XR from the TikTok chat is saying, can you do it kind of iridescent? That would be fun.
Iridescent.
Also, Florentia, we mentioned one of her, couple of her effects in the beginning of this live is here in the TikTok chat as well. Say hello to Florentia, guys. If you have any questions that you guys want to ask her, let us know, and then maybe we'll ask her right now.
Yeah, so this is the one that you can download, and also we have really detailed explanation and how the shading works, how that get calculated. Really, if you're like you like learn some maths, I recommend you to check out this section. Basically, it's pretty. The maths I'm saying here is called vector maths. Like, so basically is how you calculate the light reflected. Like, so imagine there is a surface, and how much light it will receive from the light, like 10 meters away from you is the point line, and it all mathematic. It's all like computer can learn it because it's a math. Because I think the amazing part is we literally translate the entire physical work into math. So so basically, let me show you light model. And yeah, so basically the vector. If you search this, you will get a bunch of the crazy like mathematics stuff. Those image, so literally they can be calculated by vector math by your computer. And this is like different lighting model, different shading, like tone is using different mathematic equation here and get out different result.
Oh,
Yeah.
so because like things like glass, they're very smooth. So when the
Hmm.
light goes in like this, it will go out in the exact ideal
Yeah.
mathematical model. But if you're reflecting on something like stone or by something on wood, then because the surface is not smooth, so it'll be like irregular. So the light will not bounce off in the exact angle that it came out in, but in different angles.
Exactly.
So by adjusting how what angle the light goes out of, you can either make the object look really smooth or really rough on the surface. So that's the math that we're using, but we won't go in too deep today.
Yeah.
But if you're interested in learning more about the scientific background or the fundamental principles, you can check out our learning resource channel.
Yeah, and also I want to point out something like if you already learn the general like shading language in the past, what you can do is you can, for example, this is how this kind of mirroring material get calculated using the general shading language. So this is literally other shading language, and you will see like how this kind of uh, like get calculated. And then you can simply apply this mathematical equation into different nodes we provided in the material graph. So we have so many node different like color, mass, and you can just literally find the node and to map it back to the shading language you already know. So if you already a professional shading master, you don't need to actually learn it from the beginning. Everything can be migrated to our platform. Okay, so any questions here? I want to know how to use the second UV in UV coordinate node. Okay, for the UV coordinate node,
If some questions are too complicated for today, which is a beginner lesson, you can also go to office hours if you're already a pro and know how to use Effect House Shader. But every Tuesday and Wednesday we have office hours, and one of our interactive engineers, they are like super pros in the Effect House tool. They come out and answer all of your questions, and it's for every level as well. So even if you're a beginner or a super expert, you guys can come and ask questions and we answer them on real time. And sometimes we don't know the answers as well, but we find it out together, which is the fun.
yeah, I would say like I know there was a bunch of great learning resources out there. Try to help you understand what is computer graphic. It all helps you to actually learn it. And if you, let's say, just want to explore the possibility here, feel free to download all the like material we already provided. So you can actually download it from our website and
Wait,
play
can we
around with the
try the
pyramid.
dissolve material as well?
Yeah, actually, that's my another pick. Let me open the projects. I
Yeah,
love
while
it.
she's opening, official rob.eth on our TikTok live side said there are so many good learning resources, and that they're gonna discover, they're deep diving into the visual scripting docs now. I'm glad we spend a lot of time creating learning resources. Chinyu's in charge of learning resources. So we're really happy when you guys say like, oh, it was so helpful resource. Haley Cat Paz also says, I love the deep science of it. It's so cool. Yeah, I think there's a whole world. Chinyu, didn't you major in computer vision? Does this have a little bit to do with this?
Uh, I think I studied machine learning. So basically,
Oh.
like computer vision is like a subset of it. So it's like, but computer vision is slightly different. It's like using algorithms to train the data and like let the camera understanding the environment, understanding it is a
Mm.
face. So basically, our like gesture detection, body detection is based off some computer vision algorithm. But the material is more of like computer graphic something because I'm learned drawing, so I know how to draw. So somehow
Mm.
I find the connection between like art student learn in the school is essentially the same thing that you want to teach the computer to do. So this kind of
Oh.
thing, yeah. So like how you shade, you basically need to check around the lighting. Like for glasses, it's actually really difficult to draw. Actually,
Mm-hmm.
that's similar to computer as well. It's really computational difficult for computer to figure out. I actually have a glass here, like to figure out the shape change behind it. Yeah, something
She
like
has so
that.
many props.
I have so many objects on my
Yeah.
table that help you figure out how the light works.
Brett
Let me.
says we need a whole office day, not office hours for shaders. And I agree. Maybe we'll do a designated office day for shaders.
Oh, finally it opened. Okay, let's try it. Got it out. Yeah, I got super excited every time I talk this topic. I felt okay. So this is our dissolve, but as you may notice, it has no dissolve effect here. But something I want to show you pretty quickly is, in order to make it happen, the magic is at you need to go to the visual scripting. Just want to point out here. So this is the shader graph that you can create a customer shader by create empty material. And this one
Mm.
is like how you open this material editor. And this shader, as you say, like the color, position, normal, tangent, is how you define a shader looks in the end. But in order to animate it, you need to grab the parameter from the material editor and like you do other animation. So you need to make sure it update every second, every frame actually.
Oh,
So
so we're basically building the material in Material Editor, but to animate it and actually make it come to life, you have to connect it to visual scripting.
yes, exactly. So actually in this dissolve material graph, if let me double click on it, you will see we have our dissolve progress that define. So it also shows here, like if we like change it like manually here, you will also see it in the preview channel, but you can also control the animation in the visual scripting so that it won't stay at a static value. It could be like automatically play by time. You can also use not only the update, but you can also using translate by time to really control the progress of dissolve. And also this I actually feel like, so everything is predefined, that how you calculate the edge color, and you can even add a color for the entire sphere. So you will have like the entire sphere has a different color, and maybe also be creative. You can combine the two shader with this dissolve logic here. So basically,
Ooh.
yeah, so you can migrate some of the
So you can have a Toon Sphinx cat, and when you do a face gesture, it disappears and morphs back in your face.
yeah, so yeah, that could happen. I think one thing I want to after you create a subgraph, I think you're able to export it. Yeah, similar to the visual scripting. So if let's say you want to migrate some code from the other place, it's doable. Yeah, just a quick note here. I think it might be a little bit too advanced right now, but still, I think this one maybe we jump to the too advanced content, but I feel like the fun part of learning is you can start with the real advanced materials and know where you can like reach, and then you go back to the fundamental to play around it. I think a really simple let me show you. Actually, I want to try to create a completely new materials, and something
Yeah,
remind me
because
if you
we
got
are going over the tool. If you don't follow everything right now, absolutely do not feel pressure. We want to show you guys how we can use the tool, and then maybe at a later time, you guys can go over and rewatch this. Or, as we mentioned earlier, we have a lot of good learning resources on our website, so we can go over them together slowly, one at a time. So,
Yep.
but today we just want to show you what you can do and how to use the tool.
Yes, I think definitely check out these free articles online. So, and also we basically show what kind of notes we provided and what they can do, and like something like a color, texture, UV coordinates, gradient, shading model, screen coordinates. So basically, like it covered every aspect of the entire graphic pipeline. And to show you guys pretty quickly, and since let me just start from the beginning so that you guys can follow. So basically go to the asset panels and you click on this add button here and find the customer material, and you have an empty material, right? So the empty material basically is the base, the node base. And in order to make it using different shading model, first you can define it on your own. If you know the mathematic equation, you just pick the node and link them together and input it here. So you will get your own shader out of it. But if you don't want to use any kind of mathematic equation too complex for you, you can also using the material mode we provided. We have an onlit and a PBR. Onlit is the material that not react to the light, as the name suggested. Yes, we have such kind of material that don't react to the light. And then we have the material that fully react to the light. So it will become super realistic like metal. So the one we're showing here is actually a civil ball. So basically it using this standard PBR to make it happen. So, and let me try to change it to this material here. Okay, so as you can see, this is like a really simple, without it actually, without it actually just a white circle. And if you link this color here, it immediately have this natural shading react to this light here. Like if you rotate the light, it will react to it. But if we change it to unlit, actually you will get the color like the default one. So yeah, so the unlit means no matter how you rotate the light, nothing changed. So but unlit can create so many fun advanced shading model. Yeah, if you feel free to explore it. So let's focus on the standard PBR actually here. Let me quickly show you how different channel works. So albedo is like basically the color of it. So I think if you go check out this article here, like we shared the step-by-step sense, like how you can configure different channel, like add a color parameter, and you can using the add color parameter and cast the value to the albedo channel. Essentially, it will make it become a different color. So okay, so you may notice like the light will become red when the value of the parameter has its own type. It could be a color, it could be something else. How you find out the value type is you can click on this detail and you will see actually it has the different like settings. You can set it up. You can also pick different type like flow texture, 2D textures, cube, all this sort of stuff, and it has its own value. So let's close it. And so because albedo, it actually it only accept the data with XYZ format, which is a vector spree. So what we need to do is we need to use a cost node, which we will output it. And you may notice you cannot still not link it. So actually, because the cost also have its own type. So let's say we want a vector 3. Now it will output it to a beetle right now. And if you click on the empty material, you will see the color channel we just created has its own color slot. And you can actually adjust the color now directly from here. This is like how simple you can create relatively like realistic materials. Yes, so that's kind of the like a quick peek around this standard PBR stuff. And other channel you can use like not only the color, but also you can change the metallic and roughness. And you may notice these are all the number here. So let's say I simply just change it to 1. Look at it, it's super shiny. And you can control it using like how you calculate this value. You can define it and you can animate it as well. Okay, do we have any questions here? And
We had some questions in the chat, which I answered, but share them with everyone. Alberto asked a really good question. Is there a way to get the skin tone in a variable to be able to use it in a color as a material? And yes, there is a material editor node that allows you to sample the color of a UV coordinate, but it is best principle and best to pull from multiple different spots and blend them all together, because the person might have a mustache, or they might have bangs, or they might have cheek blush that changes the color. So it is best to pull from different spots and blend them to make sure you get like a good average. Haley Kapaz also said, like, do you think it's also you can theoretically create something like a long piece of hair, like a strand of hair? What do you think, Jinyu? I think it is possible.
Hair simulation, I would say, it's actually might not. So it's a two things, like how you model the hair and how you apply the material to it. So the modeling part actually happen outside, which means you need to make sure you have a highly simulated hair. And then after you import it, I would say material. That's a really good question. I think you can do it, but depends on the level of detail you want to show. It's definitely a performance heavy effect, considering we actually only are just 5 MB project file. So yeah, so just like you can try. Yeah, I actually want to understand like more like how
try it, and we'll have a entire material editor office day, and then you can come and troubleshoot with us today there, and I'll invite all of the most talented people on material editor, and we can try to come up with things on the spot. That's great. Chinyu, Brett is saying in the comments, "This is awesome, Chinyu. I'm ready for your masterclass." Are we?
Brett, I know you create something amazing. Yeah,
Okay.
so I also want to just last sentence point out some of the amazing templates we have. And Celine, do you think we are like running out of time now, or in terms of time? Okay, so this one I definitely want to show you. This is my favorite template so far for material. So this is one of the template called Time Wrap. You can find it from our homepage. If you click on the template, you will find it out. So literally it provides some...
Whoa.
Like, I will stay still.
I know this was a viral TikTok effect challenge a couple years ago too.
Yeah.
I've seen some people create some crazy fun results with this. I saw somebody had
Yeah,
a headset and they were like running it down exactly in the same speed so it looks like a helmet, or some people doing this with their hands
like
so that they make a
fingers.
wing, or giving themselves a little horn or angel faces. I even saw this someone use this to write like a whole alphabet letters. People were like,
Yeah.
"Can you spell Emily?" And this person was like doing something like this with their hands to draw letters. It's insane.
Yeah, now we like open this like the secret behind, and also we provide different format to scan the feed. So we have the horizontal and vertical, and also actually the filter part, the post effect part is also really artistically good. And
Mm.
yeah, there were so many things you can explore, and we provide all the details here that like how this one get calculated in the end. And yeah, so this is something you can definitely check it out. And also a tips that you can, if you have so many materials in the scene created using the material graph, you can basically switch out here using this drop down menu, and you will can quickly just go to it and check it out.
I think we also covered how to make the time warp scan in a previous live. I think you'll be able to find a recording. It was on the Streamathon live where we did streams for I think like 4 hours, and we had a lot of people go in
Yeah.
and out. Some people were talking about physics. Our
Oh my
product
god.
technical product manager Weston came out and showed how to make a physics game. We also had live from Runza, who is also the person 3 in the effect house. You can see. Wait, yeah, the person who's in the astronaut suit and the person who just had their like mouth open. His name is Runza, and he made that time warp scan. And he came
Yeah.
out on the live and explained exactly how to make that. So if you want like a step by step process and like him explaining the reasoning behind everything, you can also find that live. I'll put the link in the YouTube comments right now. And for this one, Rainbow Shadow, we have another live planned. One of our the creator of this template, Felicity, she's gonna come out and do a breakdown of this template as well. So if you guys want to attend, make sure to join our Discord channel so you can be alerted about these cool tutorials. But this is one of my favorite templates.
Yeah.
I feel like it is so cool, and I love how the color changes. It looks like your aura. So
Yeah, and also the amazing part of it is actually it's using segmentation, the feature we already have, and applies a post effect to it.
mhm.
It's quite
Okay. We
good.
have one question from Florentia. Is there a way to make like a slider with the coordinates of the material?
I need some clarification
Yeah.
of
Are
this.
you talking about like pulling the coordinates
Has
of
two
the
UVs
material
in it.
inside and out, like a vertex shader?
In the texture coordinates. Oh, two UVs. Okay, so I guess your question is around this, how the UV coordinates works.
Yeah, while we're waiting for Florentia to clarify her question, we can look at the question that Close has
We
asked.
have
I want
we
to
have
know
I
why
think
Material Editor has two UVs in texture coordinate node.
we have two coordinate. One is green coordinate and UV coordinate, and the slightly different. Just make sure that you are using the right one for the right purpose. So UV coordinate is actually how you map a 2D texture onto a 3D object. So when I talk about like coloring the object, actually there's two ways. One is you directly define like this position orange, this position green. You can also just using a texture, an image, and tell the computer, okay, just draw this surface like this texture. And like the texture basically provide two information, the location information and also the color information. So it will tell you, okay, UV00 is a black point, and they will just find that on this surface. Oh, okay, this is mapping to the 00, and color it using that pixel on the texture. to it. So it's like how you mapping the scenes together. But screen coordinate is like after you get this object painted and the computer need to map it to our screen, right? And then that's the coordinate we're using here.
I love
Hope
all of
that
Chinyu's props. Okay, Florentia clarified her question. She's asking,
drag on the
drag on the
screen.
screen and change the
The
coordinates of the
coordinates.
material.
Yeah, that's if like conceptually, I think that's doable because remember, I think I can show you a simple example here pretty quickly. That is from actually one of the template from our creator. It actually shows how you detect the types on the screen. You can do that. So basically, it has certain logic here. Let me just make it larger. It will detect. So basically, you need to use the visual scripting to detect where you tap. So if you tap on the right screen, the logic will just raise this side of the eyebrow and the other side. So you can detect where you tap on the screen. Visual scripting can do that, and you can just link your material, the parameter, to drag it over here. So for example, the one that, let's say we create a customer and we also add a parameter here, let's say a color, and we just point it out here and we link it over here. And so basically, if you go to this empty material we just created, you can actually add this one to the visual scripting by click on this dot here. You can set it, you can get it using visual scripting calculation. So imagine you link these two, all data is all mathematical value. So you can link these two functionality together.
Mm-hmm. And also on our asset library, we just added a new visual scripting panel. So we have like blocks of visual scripting that you can use. Chinyu, do you mind clicking on the asset library? Thank you. So you can see over there that we actually have a visual scripting called draggable image. So you can even use a lot of that subgraph. I think that is exactly kind of what you want to do to replace the 2D image part to the material part. So then you'll be able to do things super easily. And they're all grouped and commented in a beautiful way. So I hope that makes your life a lot easier.
Yeah, I'm trying to prove this draggable. Okay, it's not a 3D image, but it should be a 2D one.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you drag it over here.
Florentia says, amazing. You gave me a super idea. If you make something, please tag us. And everyone, if you create something using the crash course period, don't forget to submit it to our mission for a chance to win rewards and prizes. So use the hashtag #MyFirstTikTok
Oh yeah, just did it. We can mark.
Yay! I love that visual scripting thing. Like it is so easy to use. All you need to do is just add a screen image, and immediately your effect is draggable. And I know that was a feature that a lot of people asked for. So
yeah, just a remind, like make sure you add this. You need to add this screen transform stuff to the visual scripting and link it together, not just add the screen image. Yeah.
Okay, I think that would be the end of the live today, but it seems like a lot of people is loving Material Editor and that there is a lot of want for an entire day of office hours, so I will definitely plan that. So keep coming back. Thank you guys for attending the lesson today. Yay. I put the link to day 4 of Crash Course Live post in the YouTube comment section right now. So be sure to go there. The question of the day. Chinyu, would you like to ask the question of the day?
Okay. What's maybe that's too long.
Maybe we can do what's your favorite material editor template we tried out, or material editor feature we tried out?
What kind of material do you like?
Yeah, what's your favorite material?
Yeah.
Okay, today's question of the day is what is your favorite material? It can be a custom one you've created. If that's true, share it with us so we can see what the material does. But be sure to go to our forum section and leave the answer to this question so you can win a fun crash course certification. It looks really cool. And Chinu's showing on her screen share right now how to submit an effect for the mission. So if you see over here under how to enter, you publish under the submission page, not under challenges, under tags, you can write my first TikTok effect, and then you will be admitted and you will have a chance to win all of the prizes. So be sure to check that out. Thank
Yay.
you so much, guys, for trying out. I hope you have a great rest of your day. See you
Thank
guys
you. Bye. See you
tomorrow,
tomorrow.
time 10:30. See you guys. Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hi, Lord. I didn't know you're here. Hi, Lord. Cute thumbs up emoji.